Morning, everybody, from Steve and Nina's homestead. Yeah, it looks like it's burning, but that's the way you want it when you're making gravy, if you like brown gravy. So you get it like this, and you get that flour and stuff all browned real good. It's actually, I put bacon grease and flour. And then you add just some good old cream. I mixed it with a little bit of water. Probably have to add some more water. And this is what you do, making homemade gravy. I'm going to turn it down. Woo, fogged up the camera. Gonna have a good breakfast this morning. Got biscuits in the oven, bacon gravy here. I used bacon grease from the other day. Let me get some more water. You can use milk and also, but I like to use cream. And then once the cream is, the gravy is thickened up, I might have turned that down too much. Let's turn it back up a little bit. But anyway, once the gravy is thickened up, then I like to add water. Because if not, the first time I ever made gravy, we lived in Kentucky. And oh my goodness, it was like wallpaper paste. I had watched my mom make gravy all my life. Because we ate, a lot of that type of food. So this is what you do. You just constantly keep an eye on it. I like to use one of these beater things. A lot of people like to use a spoon or, the back of a spoon or a fork even. Okay, see how it's starting to thicken back up again? And the reason it's got those, you can see the little like bumps on it. And that is from the bacon grease that I used. It had little pieces of bacon still in it. All right, I'm going to take this off the fire. And these are actually the ones we bought. I like making my homemade biscuits, but those I thought I would try them. I'm not crazy about them, but I'm not going to let them go to waste either. They are great value. And I think we got them either at Sam's or at Walmart. And they're frozen biscuits. But I fixed them the other day and wasn't really crazy about it. So, like I said, I'm not going to let anything go to waste. Steve is going to make us some scrambled eggs. The biscuits. And I think the reason I don't like them, they're tiny. They are softer feeling. Last time they felt like they were hard, wasn't they, honey? But those feel softer. Drag. Remember to turn the kitchen light on. So I guess that would have filmed up better if I'd have, whoops, excuse you, Steve. If I would have had the light on. Over here in the crock pot, I have some pork in there. I've got some, I went ahead and used some chicken broth in it just for a little flavoring. And I've got it, I don't know if you can see through that little, but there's onions. I've put onions all around it and on top. Actually, it's pork shoulder steak. Pork shoulder blade steak. And I'm going to just cook it in the crock pot for a little while. And then after I get these out, I'm going to brown them in a iron skillet and season them up. And then I'm going to have these I'm doing everything the easiest possible way today. Instead of fixing my soup beans and takes forever, I went ahead, I'm going to use the pinto beans from Lux, which I love them. And instead of making cornbread, I thought about just using this Jiffy corn mix. I never ever used this, but I can't remember where we got it, but it was on sale, 4 for something. I don't even remember. But I thought, I better use that up. So that's what I'm going to do for, this is going to be for dinner today. There is Steve's And mine. We got the news on this morning. Don't forget to pray for Israel. And we haven't wanted to turn the furnace on. So Steve has been having us run this for about half hour ever so often. It really, really does take the chill out.
They've got a criminal record in the United States already, or they're on some sort of federal watch list. There's no way for Border Patrol to find out.
Some little doggy likes her belly rubbed and scratched. Yeah, her does. She needs a bath, but I'm not going to do it because she goes Friday to be groomed, and I'm not going to put her through me bathing her here and then her going there in a few days. So I bathed her last week. But she gets, being a puppy, she gets into stuff and likes to run around, and we've been taking her for walks, and she's tired. She's precious. Yep, so this is what my day most of the time adds up to be. Gotta play with my puppy and give her belly. Look at that hair, you guys. Woo-wee, it's long. What you got? Oh, look at it. It's got static in it. No bite. No bite. Ziva. No. No. No bite. Be nice. Be a good girl. Be a good girl. She's trying to get her little Ziva nameplate that hangs on her collar. Oh, and by the way, I had her rabies shot thing there with that, and she kept doing that, and she could reach it. We didn't realize it. Ouch. And no bite it. No. And anyway, she had that rabies little metal piece chewed to pieces. I had to take it off. At least we have, sorry about I still got my pajamas on, but at least we have it on file. If anybody needs proof that she's had her rabies shot. Where are you reading at today, hon?
Well, I'm doing my devotionals right now, and then I'm going to read the book of Malachi, and then I'll be in the New Testament in Matthew.
Steve didn't know that I was filming that, but I wanted to just say, people comment about him, how good he is, how sweet, and that is why he gets up and reads and studies God's Word. And you know what? Up in the picture over there on the right, a man and a lady, that's my dad and mom when they were young. And I seen my dad sit in that same area in this house. Either he would, sometimes they had a couch against that wall and sometimes his chair. But I watched my dad, I don't even know how many times, hundreds of times, studying God's Word and reading God's Word just for the enjoyment of reading it. So yeah, if you're looking, for someone, and you're maybe a young person or an older person, and you're looking for someone, make sure that they are legitimate Christian men. Watch their lives for a while, because it makes all the difference in the world. Before Steve got close to God, we had troubles like everybody else, lots of them. But, once he decided to actually, I guess, devote his life to Christ, and before he had his transplant. Since then, our lives have been wonderful, as you know, Christ as the center of it. And Ziva likes to get under his feet and lay. She couldn't get over there, sweetie. She likes to get over there and lay down because the window, the light still shines down through there. See how she's going there? And she'll lay there a lot of times until he's all done. So I think I'm going to follow suit and get my Bible out. And hope you guys are so far enjoying spending the day with us. Ziva, don't chew on the wood chair. I used that brand new toothbrush in the kitchen the other day. I can't remember what I was basting, something, and I needed one of those, you know, the brushes that you put like butter or sauces on things. And I had one, and I don't know what happened to it. I think it was splitting and I threw it away maybe, but anyway, I needed something, so I got one of the new toothbrushes that I had, and I used it for that reason. And I thought when I got done, I didn't want to just throw it away, because Miss Ziva loves to chew on stuff, you know, with them baby teeth. Look, she knows I'm talking about her. But yeah, it's been a perfect little thing for her to chew on, and I always keep an eye on it. I'll keep an eye and make sure that it's not splitting or, you know, be a choke thing for her. I want her to be safe, of course, but she sure has enjoyed it.
You realize I put that in the dishwasher and washed it after you did that. So
You
it
did?
was clean again, and then you gave it to her.
Oh. Daddy's looking out for you too, baby. She's so adorable. Well, looks like that time. Steve is going to clean out the furnace, well, where the furnace is, because it gets dusty and cobwebby through the summer. She's wondering, what in the world is that? Good job. Not sure if you guys, it's kind of dark back there. Steve put it on about 69, it looks like. And the temperature was 66 in the house. Yeah, that's a very old thermostat there. And then this is the furnace, and for anybody that doesn't know, these are gravity furnaces. Of course, it's very old. This was put in when this house was built in 1948, and there's no electricity to it at all, no blower, nothing like that. The heat, it's gas heat, and it just rises up, and a lot of people got rid of these. Yeah, I know my wood floor needs all redone. But anyway, a lot of people got rid of them because they're dangerous. They actually always put them in the middle of rooms, and I'm so glad she's smart enough to know to go around. But anyway, they always put them in the middle of rooms so that they would heat the whole house. And we just love it. If you can train children to stay off of it, it's a wonderful, wonderful heat. And I think a couple people have been burned. I think my niece, April, I believe, got her feet burned on it one time. But yeah, You just got to teach them to stay off. And then this part is new. The grate, Mom and Chummy had my brother, I believe, my youngest brother, order all of that steel and had someone actually weld it. And as you can see, these are all twisted, which gives it even extra strength. But yeah, they said an elephant could walk on that thing and would never hurt it. And then we painted it that color there with heat-resistant paint.
I got the electric bill in my email just a few minutes ago. Last month, of course, I round everything up. I took out 73, so it's 72 something. This month, it's $55.76.
Well, how that? Oh, because of not having the air conditioner on?
Yep, and we haven't had don't turn lights on or
a whole lot, yeah.
And now we've unloaded everything out of that big freezer and got it unplugged, so that'll help drop it some more.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just trying to save where we can. And we need to get more meat and stuff for the freezer. But I told Steve, well, actually we talked about it a month or so ago, that we were going to empty out, eat all that we could of the stuff that was in that freezer. So now we've got it all emptied out and letting it defrost. And then hopefully in a few months we'll be able to get it filled up again. Thanks for doing that furnace and stuff, though. You know, I was thinking, even running that little electric one that we were, you know, the electric fireplace, that's going to cost a lot of money because it's got electric blower and all that. So actually it's cheaper to turn the gas on. Because our gas, we don't have anything gas in the house. The only gas thing that we have is what?
The furnace. The
furnace, yeah. So, and
even with just the pilot light going on this summer, it was still running $45, $48 a month, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous just for a pilot light. But you know what, honey? That time that we had turned it off, we had trouble getting it started again. And Mom and Dad never shut it down. They had the same thing happen. Once they shut it down, they had to end up replacing a little part. What was that called?
The thermocoupler.
Okay. And to get it started again. So anyway, we just keep the pilot light on. But it is terrible that a pilot light is $40-some a month to run it. You know how the gas company charges for everything. Getting the gas to your property and all that stuff. But I'm not complaining because our gas bills aren't that much to heat this home, and we are always nice and toasty.
Yeah, last winter, what was our highest gas bill? Like $120 or something like that?
Yeah, that's awesome to, you know, here in Ohio, it gets bitter cold.
And our highest electric bill, and that's when I had all the Christmas lights on, was $115.
Yeah, that's not bad at all to bring joy to us and other people in the neighborhood, huh?
Yeah,
Putting
so now my
lights on.
sisters live right beside of us, so we've already been talking. There'll be a competition on Christmas lights this year.
Oh,
Our neighbors will be wanting us all to move.
no. It's a good thing. Bring some light into this dark world. Okay, so as you know, I've got the meat going in there, and I'm just going to make those corn muffins like I said. So Steve went in the basement and found, I had forgotten where this was at. I've never used it since I've lived here. So it was pretty dirty. So what I did was I scrubbed it out real good, and then I put Crisco, which is the best thing to put on a cast iron. Put Crisco all over it, and I'm going to use this to put the corn mix in. I thought that would be adorable. So I didn't tell anybody yet, but I'm actually fixing dinner for Steve and I and my sister Patty and her husband Jim, the ones that we go on vacation with. They actually bought a house not too awful far from us. They are coming back home. You know, they've been in Pennsylvania for how many years, honey? 7, 8 years?
Yeah.
Jim is the pastor at a church, and he is going to retire and come back home. I'm so happy. So they bought their house because it needs fixed up. So that way they have time to get all of that work done on it. And when it's done, they'll be able to move back home. And he's got someone that he's training to take over the church.
Well, can Jim move back but leave Patty in Pennsylvania?
You are just trying to get her goat, aren't you? Miss Ziva went to the potty on the pee pad, and when she does, she gets a treat.
And what treat?
Zoom! I wanted to show you, see how the leaves are moving a little bit? That's from the heat rising up from the furnace. Okay, I got Miss Ziva all cleaned up. Yeah, I can't wait till she goes and gets her hair cut. But anyway, I cleaned her face and her ears, and oh my goodness, you never bark. And I got her got her brushed. You don't need my camera or phone. But yeah, I got her all brushed up. Hey, baby girl. Oh, like I told you, she's a jumper. She loves to sit here with me and look out the window. Now we're outside, and Steve is getting some of his old clothes together, and he also blew some of the leaves there in a little pile so that we can stuff the clothes. Gonna make us a scarecrow. Ziva's been running crazy, haven't ya? Ziva! She never there, she's gonna listen. Make a liar out of me. Hi, baby. You love it outside, huh? Yep.
Stay on my leaves.
Oh, she's getting the pan. She don't care about the leaves. Keep trying to back up so I can get... There we go. That's a good picture of both of them. Oh, she's going to tie you up, Daddy. Be back in a second. You watch her. Woo! She's too quick.
Stay off the scarecrow.
Had to run down here to the Dollar Tree. Gonna see if Steve is looking for, you know, one of those little pumpkins that kids carry to collect their candy in on Halloween. I want to use that for the head of the scarecrow because it's not heavy. And he thought about getting a real pumpkin, but I think it'd be too heavy and it would flatten the leaves. And Miss Ziva's here. Hi, baby. She can get on my lap, but she kind of likes to lay there on the floorboard. Don't ya? Don't ya, beautiful little one? Oh, drats, I didn't have one apparently. On to the next place. Well, we're here at Walmart. And I told Steve, well, while you're in there looking for a head for the scarecrow, go ahead and get us some, I need some, ow, she's scratching my leg. Hey, don't do that. I need some potatoes, and you want to, hold on. She wanted up in Daddy's seat. So anyway, I need some, I wanted some, I think, Yukon Gold potatoes. I hope he remembers that. And I wanted a candle. My sister Renee makes like the wax melt things that smell delicious. And I'm out of them. So we talked the other day, might have been yesterday, and she's going to try to get some supplies and make some. So she makes the best. She makes the best because they smell so good and last for such a long time. We got a candle when Steve went away for the couple days to that men's retreat, and they gave us a candle that was supposed to be like a pine tree smell, and it never did smell. You could smell it in the jar, but it never smelled. What do you do when you lit the candle? And my sister Patty let me know that they're going to be in our side of town, and so instead of me having to take all the food to them, they're going to come over for dinner. And I was like, oh, that's so much better for me. So that way I can just take my time, get everything fixed, and get in the shower and all that, and not have to be rushing around. So look at her. What are you looking for? Oh, you found paper or something? So yeah, that'll be a lot better for me, and we'll wait for Steve to get back. And now it is lunchtime. See, the beautiful roses are still blooming, and Steve brought the scarecrow, or whatever he's called, and I'm going to mow the yard. I want you to see my bubblegum petunias are still bloomed out. Can't believe it. Still beautiful. Alrighty, gonna get started. See you guys in a little bit. Got the yard all mowed. What do you think about the little guy? I didn't have a black magic marker, so I used a brown one. And the bucket that Steve found, it didn't have a face, so I put a white pillowcase over it. And I'm gonna go get some wood and make a fake bonfire. On the way back, I see I still have one sweet pea. Poor little thing has been frostbitten. It's hanging on. Can you see who's looking at me? There she is. Say, Mom, you didn't take me out with ya. All right, there he is. We've got it lit with orange and red lights, but can't really see it right now. I have to wait until it gets dark. I'll bring you back out and show you when it gets dark. Got dinner going. All right, so Steve said he thinks he has one of those lights that you can make these flicker. That would be really cool. My sister and her husband are going home. We had a great fellowshipping time together. Oh. But we had a great time, and they enjoyed the dinner that I made. I made pork roast and soup beans and fried potatoes and cornbread, and they enjoyed it because they're remodeling their house, the new one they bought, and they only have this week to work on it. As I said before, they live in Pennsylvania. So I knew that, you know, they didn't have a stove or nothing like that. And I knew that they was going to get tired of eating out. So I wanted to make sure they had at least one good home-cooked meal. And then I guess her son-in-law made chili and stuff. So that was cool. But anyway, Steve's going to put that little thing to make them flicker so it looks like a real fire. And let me zoom up on it. Can't really see that good, but it's got red and orange lights. That's because it's so dark out here. But yeah, thought I would show you guys that. He's got all the lights underneath this railing here. And that pumpkin lights up. That light down there that you see, right, that house, that's where Steve's oldest sister lives. And the little tiny light there, that's where his other sister lives. So it's really cool to have them close to us. But anyway, here is the spider web. I think I've showed it before, but I thought I'd show it again since I'm already out here. And of course, my little tree that Steve bought me. And that Bats Motel. And you can tell it's chilly because my door has steamed up. Hi, Ziva. Come here, baby. Whoops. Come here, baby. She enjoyed having company, didn't you, Sissy? Oh, they just loved her and made over her. And she loved them. So now, Steve is going to help me get this cleaned up. And it won't take long. We have a we have a dishwasher. But I wanted to show you guys. Look, they stuck terribly. And this is one of the, you know, the cast iron. And when you put your cornbread, it's supposed to come out looking like it's a ear of corn. I don't know. It's older, and it looked like it was already seasoned. But I'm going to have to re-season it again to make sure it doesn't do that the next time that I want to use it. We have a bunch of the meat left. So probably give some of this stuff to the chickens tomorrow, everything that was left over. Okay, so thank you guys for sharing our day with us, and I hope that you enjoyed it. We haven't done a video quite like this one before, but we hope that you enjoyed it. And Steve's gonna help me clean the kitchen up. And my back is just still killing me. It's been hurting all day. So God bless you guys. We will talk to you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.